8 ways to protect your money. Let's do it. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of AfroEconomics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. AfroEconomics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out AfroEconomics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly AfroEconomics podcast. There are many levels of AfroEconomics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out afroeconomics.com today. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group, Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. #AfroEconomics. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. All of a sudden, all these noises started going off during that promotion. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics, a registered investment advisory firm where your financial goals are my top priority. Look, I should put that in writing. Make that a t-shirt. Where your financial goals are my top priority. I got to get it right. Looking at Lavender. Good day right back at you. Lavender in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Waving hand pink. Look, that's funny that it wrote out like the emoji. Green, lava, orange, volcano. Girl, you had all sorts of them. I think they're called emojis. Yeah. And they put out the name. I love it. How you doing, Mr. Loach? Y'all better hit that link and come on in the studio and let's talk about protecting these portfolios. Come on in. It's summertime. I got some new earrings, y'all. Somebody tell me, look, you see them? I got to make sure. I don't know. Y'all know I love my little silver hoops. But look at that. Look at that spring floral earring there. Yes, indeed. And I went to the store on Mother's Day, Alfonso, and that's when I got it. So I could count this as a Mother's Day gift to myself. Yes, and I thank you all. I thank those of you who really thought about me on Mother's Day. Even had a member who brought a card to my office. I just got it today. I was like, oh wow. I really have to tell my front desk that anytime I get something good that looks like it's not just regular mail, please let me know. Please let me know so that I can run to the front and get my special mail, not have to wait for it to be delivered to my office. I want that. Oh, I got special mail. Yes, Miss Triplet. Indeed. Good afternoon right back at you. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day too. I hope Mrs. Barber had a great Mother's Day. Good afternoon back to you, Mr. Barber, Mr. Williams. I appreciate every expression of kindness that you all ever share with me. I cannot thank you enough for adding to the life of an entrepreneur. No? Yeah, I think that we don't realize that a key reason that we don't have a lot of entrepreneurs is because it's it's special work. It's special work. Entrepreneur, and you start your own business, and then like y'all have like advantages when you're at work. Because when they have you have there are pros and cons to everything. Let me tell you. And a key thing about entrepreneurship is that a lot of it, you're just a lot of your thoughts and a lot of your time is spent with yourself. So when you say like thank you and hi and expressions of kindness and acknowledgement to an entrepreneur, I think that and I'll say this for all entrepreneurs, we appreciate it in a special way that you might not even realize. So say hi to an entrepreneur today, and I appreciate it. Happy belated Mommy Day. Thank you, Mr. Williams. How do I join? You go to the website at afroeconomics.com. Right there, click on membership, and then it will have join now as a button across when you click into membership, and then it will take you right in. I think there's like a way, like I had this. Look at this. Bio. I never use this. Y'all like, Jay, you had that right there all the time. You can hit that with your phone. Look at that. Join today. You click that, and it will take you right to membership. And I know that a lot of you are out there wondering, like, why didn't she put that up every week? But if it weren't for Mr. Williams saying that, it would not have triggered me all those months ago that I logged that QR code right there. Right there. Look, I also have this one in here. This is look at this. I didn't know I had that one. This is for you to go to Google and give me a 5-star rating, because someone went into Google that I don't know, and they just did whatever kind of rating they want to know. So I put like a comment like, hello, I don't know who you are, but Google won't take it down. It's crazy because somehow like these big companies, they don't have that problem. Maybe it's because they get these like big numbers, or because they have big account with Google and they could get it down. But like just randomness, like I think there should be like some sort of requirement that nobody can go into Google and put a rating unless they actually do know who you are. Don't you think so? And then here's another QR. Oh, and that one goes to the website. I don't know why I named that JB Bryan, but it actually goes to the AfroEconomics.com website. And then just look at us. We're just seeing things today. Then they go like that. I could take it down. And then there's the membership one, and it will be in the recording because of you, Mr. Williams, helping out the entrepreneur. I think that the membership, even if a person does the free membership, it allows them to come to like the workshops, like the estate planning workshop that I'm doing at the end of the month on legacy and estate planning. And it's for members only. And it doesn't matter what type of member you are. Like, I don't do that like VIP section of Zoom and all that. Like, look, if you're a member, you're a member. And and clients that have assets under management, their membership is complimentary. But people that are working on their business or working on, becoming, there was a person that joined Miss Fells, Fells. And I need you to respond. I think I sent you an email back yesterday. But so that once you do join, it's important to call or email like Miss Fells did, preferably call and leave a voicemail, but you can't depend on it. But the thing about the voicemail, typically when it's working right, it will actually send a text too. And but that but once you join, like, um, you can, we can go from there and do whatever the person wants to do. If they want to lead into investing, but it's a great way to get to know me better. If they want to do their stuff at work, if they want to do their business, there's an entrepreneurship membership, there's all sorts of and then of course there's the complimentary membership. The health and wealth membership is on where focusing on like some sort of health goal that you might have, that I definitely am confident that I can help you with the connection between health and wealth. And because of my commitment to health, I'm definitely not a health doctor, but I wouldn't say I would say I'm a wellness professional, but not a health care professional. But the definitely it's all about wellness. The 10th principle of Afroeconomics is your health and your wealth, because it is vital in the every member. I want to make sure you have at least the e portion, at least the ebook. And I really want us to know that the keys to protecting your portfolio are all in here. So like I'm gonna, talk about them and be real creative, in our discussion today. But, the most important thing is that they're all in the book. These 10 principles cover everything, even starting with what we're going to start with on the 30th. Legacy and estate. Legacy is the first principle of Afroeconomics. So anybody ever says, oh, she's an investment advisor, she can do estate planning, they need to sit down, because a big part of managing your finances is planning for your financial future, you and your future, your generations. Oh my goodness. Mr. Jenkins, you so exciting. You made my day. Mr. Jenkins gave me 5-star. Come on, I'm gonna put that back up. Wouldn't it be something? I got like 5 stars. Like if I had like 30 5-star reviews on Google, I could die in peace. That mean I would have like one great review for each year that I have had JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of Afroeconomics. Tell them, right? Give love. Let's do this. So let's look at the first suggestion on how to protect your portfolio, your finances. Is I want you to develop a strategy. Look, you're like, Jay, when you start stuttering, develop a strategy. The biggest mistake that many investors, people working, people with businesses, people with just wanting something, people with nothing, but they just want something, is that they don't have a strategy of how they're going to accomplish it. So the biggest part, one of the biggest parts, like JB, it's always the biggest part. Everything is the biggest part. So it's not, but a key part of the membership included with your membership is this massive financial planning software that I use, that it really helps you. It's really for you to help articulate what your goals are to me. Yes, I'm a financial coach. Exactly. The host of the show yesterday, was it yesterday? Monday, that I was on, he said that I'm a life coach. Don't y'all ever forget it. I'm a life coach. But a lot of it is like in helping you develop that strategy. It is in helping you develop the strategy for your finances, is assessing your entire life. There right now, it's telling me that at least 30 people are watching. It would be great if I had at least 30 likes. it would be, I don't, I don't monetize, so it's not for money. It is merely just because I think that it will help my health. If you want me to be healthy as I grow older, like, you should give me likes. I'm not, making money off this discussion, but hopefully you will invest with me, and you and I will make more money off this discussion. So we can look at it that way. But as far as you giving me the like, it's a free token of your appreciation and love to me and the world. Just spread love. So click like. It should be at least 30 video. So the developing a strategy so that you'll know where you are, what you want, how you're going to get there. And it increases statistically by having a plan, a strategy, I'm going to call it. You increase your chances of success. And I don't want us to just think all the time about the end of our careers. Like, everything that you're working for is for the end of your career. Because even if you don't plan on stopping working ever, we still have to have a plan for, or a strategy for, financial independence. Right? So having a strategy, Bernice 6767, good afternoon to you. We got Florida in the house, Georgia in the house, Maryland in the house, Virginia in the house. Look at us. Look at us. Another strategy, I promise you I'm going to give you at least 8, is when you are investing, too many people are always just chasing and selling and trading constantly because they're always going after that new idea, what is hot, and they have almost like information overload, and they're constantly trading. I've met and taken so many clients from advisors who say that they're advising the account, but actually they have the client's account and it's hooked to a machine, and it's just flipping them, doing trades every month, just flipping them. So it looks all exciting to the client, but when I show them the returns that they're making at their minimal, then they realize, whoa, they're getting over and you're losing, because it's not about your strategy, it's about their company's strategy. The District of Columbia in the house, one of my favorite places on the entire planet is DC. I have an office, 700 12th Street, Northwest, Suite 700. Yes, indeed. Love DC. So definitely avoid allowing the computers or people to get you into a habit of frequently trading in and out. Develop good investments. A key thing that I'm going to ask you when you're investing with me is going to be, what's your risk tolerance? How much time do we have for this money to grow? And as I'm assessing the risk tolerance, it's going to tell me how well you do with market ups and downs. So if you get into that habit that every time the market is down, that you're trying to sell everything and run for the hills and this and that, and then you want to come back and blah, 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 Viewers have to hit the X so they see the thumbs up, and it helps YouTube push thank you. Great content. You way above my head. I gotta hit the X so they can see the thumb. I didn't know. I'm gonna try that though. You gotta tell me that. Somebody come in the studio and tell me that. And they'll explain that to me. I took that off and put it on, took it off. I don't like it exactly off, but it's hot. So let's move forward. So my strategy before I just get too many different things going. So then tax deferred savings. Tax deferred savings is my third that I was working on. It's that a key way to protect your finances is to take advantage of tax deferred savings. And a lot of times that is done through the 401k, the TSP, the 457. All of these are the deferred income tax codes. The 401k is a tax code. TSP is the product that the federal government uses. Like all of these are where you can have the option of putting the money in pre-taxed. And in many cases, the employer has a match. 457 is the option for being able to defer your compensation pre-tax, but you're with the state or municipality. 403B, the tax code for a nonprofit that has a tax deferred savings option. And then when a person joins and they have those plans, like the first thing I'm going to ask them is like, do you have a plan available at work? Now, generally, a lot of these people out here, they're not licensed as a registered investment advisor. It might be the first thing that they say is, we should take everything out of your work plan, which is really bad advice, really sad advice, really sad advice. They're going to say that because they do not want to advise you on the account at work. But while you're actively participating, I'm going to encourage you to get the money from the employer. So if you're not doing the plan at work because they're saying you're going to eventually have to pay the taxes, yeah, eventually you're going to have to pay the tax. Yes, eventually, but not today. But today, I'm going to avoid taxes, defer the taxes, and then I'm going to get the money from my job also. So you might be putting in 10%, the job's putting in 4%, you're getting an automatic 4% return on your investments. Just like that. Just like that. What is that? Do you see that? Oh, Lord, Jay. What a day. Y'all ignore me. And then so maximizing your tax deferred investment options is a very key way to protect your money. Also, so then when you have an employer plan, you grow older, you're over 59 and a half, or you change jobs, then we can do things called a rollover IRA. Then the money continues to grow tax deferred. Those working right now, rolling over to an IRA, and we invest it, the goal is to invest it even better. The goal is, and that to me is kind of like a safety net developed for people who are working with a registered investment advisor, because again, everything is supposed to be done in your best interest. So I'm going to advise that, okay, it's time for a rollover only when it's in your best interest. And we have to realize that you have to make sure that you're working with a professional that is working with a regulation and guidance, but regulation that is required by law to look out for your best interests. I'm telling you, that will make a difference in your money. That's a key way, really. I should add that as number 9, making sure you're working with licensed professionals. And I was just, my meeting this morning, was with a, a client, and the person was saying that, she was talking to two of us, and the other person who she was talking to was saying, "Oh, I'd like to talk to JB, blah blah blah." I don't like when they do that. I don't want to talk to them. I'm the best. That's what you feel. Like, look, I'm the best. I don't need to talk to you. I don't even know why she's talking to you. Why is this happening? But I knew that the reason that he wanted to talk to me, because he knew that he couldn't do everything that the client needed, because the client had an investment account and he was only licensed in insurance. I do both. He didn't do both. So he was like, I work with her, and tell her to talk to me because he want me. What in the world? Well, I have something better than what you have for her. No, she doesn't have to have two different people. Maybe she got two different needs. We have two different products, but you ain't got to have a different person for every product if the person you're working with is licensed in everything that you need. You don't limit yourself by what they're licensed in. You get someone that has both licenses. DC in the house, right? But we had to get our confidence up. But then when I told her, I said, "Hey, well, this is what it is," because I knew it's like, why would he want to talk to me? And I knew he wants to talk to me because, and I said, well, just do this. Ask him, is he a registered investment advisor? And then she was like, no. He told me that he wasn't. And then I can't even express to you how many times that has happened. That the person wants to talk to me to, like, get me to help them take part of my client's money that's not even in the client's best interest. Like, it's just amazing. So don't you be limited by who you chose to be your advisor. But that's why, especially under the Barack administration, I've told all the members this before, they were under the movement that anybody working with a retirement account, that the only people you could talk to about a retirement account were to be registered investment advisors that were not working for products. I mean, basically, that was a huge plus for my firm. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Save the world. But then, as soon as the administration changed, that was all pushed under the rug. It was, everything just went back, that, you didn't have to have a registered investment advisor for your retirement accounts. And things, the regulation reduced a lot in that area, but it's still very important for the client. It's still in the best interest of the client to make sure that they are working with someone who is working for them. And so maximizing your tax deferred savings often means getting an advisor that can give you advice on the allocation, even if it's at work. Yes. So then a fourth point would, or fifth even, since I put in that, protect your portfolio by making sure you're working with licensed professionals that are licensed in as many things as possible, so that you're not limited to what they do. So prioritize your this is a key way to protect your finances, is to make sure that you set up a priority, your goals. If your point is to retire in 10 years, then make that a priority. If your priority is, to, be healthy and continue to work for 20 years, make sure that that's your goals. If your priority is my kids, I want to educate them with no loans and that they have no loans, make sure. But retirement or your financial future is more important than paying for college because you cannot get a loan for your retirement. Okay? Like we can't take a loan for our long-term food eating. But you can get a loan for college, okay? Like, and they can get a loan and they can pay for their own college. They can, they can do that. You can do that. So college can't come before your own financial independence and being able to take care of yourself in your senior years. That has to be a priority. A lot of people, especially when I was young in my career, it's like people would just be always talking about, um, I want to put away money for my child for college. I want to put away money for my child for college. I want to put away money for my child for college. And they have like huge credit card debt, that have no money in their 401k. They're not participating, missing the whole match, like, that's great. But you have to realize that you're harming your long-term financial future if you make things that aren't a priority, right? Like, and then I can't even, I can't, I mean, I must say that my parents making me feel responsible for my own education was one of the many powerful things that they did for me. Like, I think now the most powerful things that they did for me was the things that they did not do. Does that make sense? Like, there's so many of us now, especially when people are not together. It's like they're hyper vigilant about doing for their children when they're not together. When my parents, because they were all, together till death, they they were only about each other. Like my dad's priority was my mom. And it was like, you not getting a scholarship is not going to interfere with my ability to take care of my woman. And I mean that. I mean that. Like, he was, you're going to do it. You should have got a scholarship anyway. That, and I think that made me become very accountable. I worked 3 jobs often while in undergrad, worked full time and went to graduate school at night. I'm working full time and going to graduate school at night. Like, I'm a lifetime learner. I just think it's just a part of life. But he also taught me that, and by me having to do that and having to work that, they never co-signed on an apartment. They never co-signed on a car. They never co-signed on anything, and never did that for me. They didn't give me money to start my business. I'd start my business by myself. I own my business. Thank God, me and God. And I think that, yeah, he was 100, Gregory. He was old school for real. He washed dishes through school. He ain't had no problem with me working in the school diner at all. I think at undergrad, I went to one football game and no basketball games. I went to University of Virginia, and they partied and had a good time. I did not have a good time. And I did not party, but I loved school. I loved UVA. I loved it for the information that I was getting. I loved it for the access to computers that I could not afford. I loved it because I had, thank God, got myself into a position to realize I could learn anything. No, like as soon as I accepted that I was smart enough to do anything because of my father telling me that, my father was like, "You can do this." When I was like, "You to go to the business school, you have to have this certain GPA," and I was like, "I don't know about that, Dad." He said, "Oh yeah, you can do it." That's all a lot of us need. That is all that we need is someone telling us that we can do that. Yes. 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 And my grandmother would back that up. My grandmother would be like that. I know, being raised by your grandparents, boy. That's right. But we can't, what I'm saying is that I remember when I was younger and I like I didn't really I really wanted to know like why they didn't help me more. And then as I became an entrepreneur, and I was still young when I started the business, I was still in my 20s, but I was like, I don't think I could have stayed in business 30 years if they had allowed me to develop the mentality of who's going to save me. When things have gotten hard for me, I go in, I go to God, but I don't go looking out. And I think that that's like really important for us to realize that a key way to protect your dream, your finances, your portfolio, your family is that you gotta go in, not out. That what we really need for survival is in our soul. It's not outside. It's not outside us. No, we don't have to look for nobody else to help us. What we got to do is make sure that we got the strength and the insight and the strategy to go out there and get what we need. And go in and get it. Get it. Get it. So we got developing a strategy as key ways to protect our finances, developing strategy, avoiding making any unnecessary frequent flipping in and out of things, investments, then maximize tax deferred investment or savings even, but most importantly, get involved in investments and do them tax deferred as if you can, meaning avoiding taxation for as long as you can. Prioritize your financial future individually or as a family or as a couple before you prioritize college. Don't go co-signing on stuff that's going to disturb your ability to save and be debt free for your future. Consider, so a fifth or sixth, it would be to consider like how much it's going to take cost to take care of yourself. Because a lot of times unexpected health challenges hit people in their financial pocket, which should be our motivation of why we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves. Because if we're not taking care of ourselves, it's going to shut down or diminish or reduce our ability to make that money, especially cognitively. So, as I discussed, I hope you saw it. Please go back and see it. The interview that I did for Virginia this morning on CBS about your mental health and our money. You get yourself into too much debt, it will mess up your mind, according to research. It will mess up your mental health, which in turn messes up your money, messes up your income, messes up your relationships. I mean, think about how many marriages have ended over financial stress. Make sure another key point would be like to make sure that we're adjusting our investments, not flipping and trading. I was talking about the unnecessary trades, but make sure that if your needs change and we get to the point where we're trying to create more income, we might not focus as much on growth, though we're going to also need growth. But you might see me changing your portfolio as your needs change in your life. But don't let a computer decide that. Like a lot of times you do things that are age based, and the age based automatically switch it to income regardless, because as that number gets closer. So that say someone was in a lifestyle 2027, that's going to have a lot more income type things. That it's going to have a lot more bonds in it typically, because they're assuming that the person needs more income because they're closer to that time. They're closer to that date. Like, so that's where, I mean, the older you get, the wiser you get, the more it really becomes to have an investment advisor on your team, not just someone selling you stuff. You always get somebody to sell you stuff, but you need the advice. The frightening part, which is my, part of my dissertation topic, is that so many people are moving more towards just using machines. That's why I always tell my clients, like, we got to do as much as we can now, because like this could be the last generation of having someone that's actually getting to know you. Or we're doing doctor visits over Zoom. How they do that? It's amazing. No. So that we're going to need to make a key way of protecting your portfolio. I'm saying is that we need to adjust your investment approach as you approach different parts or needs of your life, in discussing how we're going to do that. No, so I would like refer to it as like we're going to make changes to your asset allocation because your income needs have gone up because you are no longer working. So now we need to start taking out income. So we're going to change the asset allocation, or we're going to be making sales each quarter or twice a year or things with that. Make sure you stay on that. And then a seventh way would be that making sure that if you do want to retire, consider retiring without debt. Right? Because retiring with debt can really harm how you're living. If you retire with debt, it can really hurt or stagnate how you're living during your retirement. So most of your, check is going, or most of your investment withdrawals are just going to take care of debts. So a key thing, Mr. Win could be like getting debt free, getting the house paid off, or getting like, and then when you do these things, like you need to talk to me about it. Like one man called me and he was like, gosh, I wish I had met you before, because I took money from my retirement account and paid off my house, and then all of a sudden my Medicare premiums went up and the da 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 da. No, he didn't know. But I would hope that all members would, and I talk to the members regularly, that they would talk to me if they're going to do something like that. But it just feels good because you just want to, but generally, if you want to just do something and you don't really want to talk to anybody about it, but part of you is saying, I should talk to JB about it, and then you don't want to talk to me about it, that means you're doing something wrong. Right? because you just want to do it. You know you're wrong. So you shouldn't even call and talk to me about it later because you already knew you were wrong. Just enjoy. Why beat yourself up, right? And then a final point, just like a 10th principle of Afroeconomics, is to make sure that you protect your health. You protect your health, your mental health, your physical health. That is a key part of how you protect your money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars are spent on uncovered healthcare expenses. So how do we protect our health? Like eating right, exercising regularly, staying involved socially, getting in Afroeconomics so that you remain intellectually involved. When we get into our Friday meetings, sometimes on here, like you can hear the clients like are talking, we're talking real stuff. Sometimes we're talking about craziness that's going on in the media. But my thing is, everything that they talk about on the news, I truly believe this with every part of me. I am the solution. I am the solution. I am the solution for everything that they discuss about our community. When they say, oh, Black people don't own enough businesses, I am the solution. I help people own businesses. I had a business for over 30 years. Who are you supposed to be talking to about having a business but someone who is successful in business? Oh, you justify that because, I'm not big enough? How you know how big I am? How you know what I got? All you know is that I've been paying the government successfully as a corporation owner and as an individual for the over 30 plus years. That to me is all you need to know. It's all we need to know. But we spend so much time trying to judge people that want to help us, and then we go get help from people who don't even want to help us. So you're going around begging all the time. I ain't never heard nobody, none of them, nobody in Congress, not near one of them say, I am the solution. Because all they want to talk to is convince you that you got a problem. I am the solution. I can help you with your taxes. I can help you get your health straight. I can help you stop stressing about your debt. I can help you feel better about your finances. I can help you invest your money right so that you making money with your money and stop feeling like you're just going to work for nothing, but you're actually making money on your money. I can help you feel more comfortable living within your means. I can help you change a broke ideology and turn it into wealth development. I can help you stop feeling like you don't matter. I am the solution. This is the solution. God gave it to me a long time ago. But we reading everything else and watching freaking Housewives of fucking Atlanta. Excuse me, Lord. It's not the solution. I don't care how many Kardashians clothes we buy, how many Housewives of Atlanta kiki and ha and it's cropping. Like, it ain't gonna change the way we live. And it's not going to change the next generation. All it's doing is creating another ignorant generation. How many people up there have to go out of business or be unsuccessful or go through another messed up divorce? Or how many, like that is not the answer. Because they're going to keep pushing it down our throat. You ain't going to never see Nobody sponsor nothing like this. They're not going to put money after this because this is the solution. This is the solution. But they're gonna keep publishing the wealth gap and we're so pitiful and we don't matter and blah blah blah. And yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we matter. Yes, you matter. But our young people need regular folk like us to wake up and stop being fascinated about that crap on TV. Thank you for listening from Cali. Yes. Until they start telling the truth that we want to have full ownership of ourselves. That might mean that it looks a little different because, I ain't no front for nobody. And I guess it does look a little different, really, down home, everything. But it's real. This is what real Black entrepreneurship looks like, just every day in the struggle. We got to do it. And if you want your kids to do something and feel confident about themselves, then we're going to have to tell them the truth. That all of us ain't going to be big stars because a lot of the grind is not televised. But this is the real revolution. Those of us who are making a way out of no way. Those of us who have stayed the course. This is the revolution. I think that's what he meant when he said it will not be televised. I mean, that's a good point. I think, it ain't. This is it. Realizing that we got to stop wasting our money, stop trying to escape, stop smoking weed, stop getting drunk. All that goes back to slavery. They used to get slaves drunk on weekends to keep them numb so they'd stay right there at outside the big house and dance until they felt like working and wanted them to work again on Monday. But let's let them just give them some drugs and keep them quiet. And there are so many people in our community right now who are just drugged up by the craziness of what is going on now. And it is not okay for us to be spending all this time intoxicated. Our young people are intoxicated way too much. They're trying to escape instead of learn how to handle, because all they're doing is watching their parents run away from the reality of it. We have to show them how to be strong. That's how they learn to do it. But it is not okay for us to show these type of weaknesses. It's not okay for us to be like just showing off, but have no substance. You want to protect your portfolio? You got to protect the legacy that it's going to go to after you're gone too. We have to seriously realize that everything we work for is going to the next generation. And the next generation is not going to automatically be better than us because you got some school loan and sent them to college. No. College cannot keep you where your character messes you up. College does not replace character and integrity and discipline. So when they're sitting there watching us watch stupid TV, watching people getting drunk and So that's the 10th part of how you protect your portfolio is your health. And when do these health habits start? It says it takes 20 years for cancer to grow in the body. So the cancer didn't start when you got old and you started trying to have good habits. The cancer started 20, 30 years ago when you maybe had the bad habits. That's why it's very important for us to protect our babies from craziness that's out here. All this processed food, all of this, they just walk around and they smell stuff now. It's everywhere. And then we got one of our legislators, in trouble, possibly because she was part owner of a cannabis store. Like, come on. Don't even. We just have to be careful. I think my clients have helped me a lot. My clients have helped me a lot. I was telling someone a story the other day, and I was talking to one of my clients one time, and I was like, you think I should do payday loans? And they were like, do you know who you are? And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, JB Bryan don't do no damn payday loans. And I said, you're right. Now, it ain't like you can't make more money on that. Yeah, they're vaping bad. Like, I can make a lot more money probably doing that. But I'm just glad that, I surround myself with people who keep me in check on what my purpose is. God didn't put me here just for a purpose of like making money. No, God put me here for a purpose to represent to the whole world that comes after me that JB Bryan Financial Group, Inc., started by a Black person in 1995, was about the 10 principles of AfroEconomics, and the fifth of which is God. Integrity, the soul of your money. And thank God for that client keeping me in check. So when I see people that are in places of distinction, way past me, they way above me. I'm just JB Bryan, just an investment advisor. But these people are like public service people, and like you go places and they make us stand up and clap for them and things. No, nobody stand up and clap for me. Like, that these people have nobody around them to say, no, don't get in that. Don't have no parts of that. But we have to surround ourselves with people like that. And I thank God for my clients who expect so much from me. That's right. That's right. But you convince yourself, give love. Like, if I did it, I would convince myself. But these are very important for people. It's very important because, it's people, you just understand, like, you're standing in the gap. Like, you could turn it into a whole God thing. I'm standing in the gap. God's using me to stand in the gap. I'll take your car, your house. I'll take it all. When I want to be the solution. Grace of God, I am the solution. You do stuff just for making money, you're the problem. I'm the solution. I do no loads. I reduce clients' expenses. I show my community a small investor on how they can get paid without having to be robbed just because they're a small investor. Yes. Like, you have to be, if you want to be the solution, you have to accept being the solution. You have to accept being the solution. You're going to be the solution. Don't let the world hook you in on how trying to be slick. And I mean, you don't know how many times people have told me, "Oh, you can make so much more money if you could sing so if you did if you could if you." Yes, it's not. It's about what stamp, as I put in the book on the in legacy, what stamp, what footprint, what footprint. Why am I doing this? Is more important than knowing how I'm going to do it. The why is your legacy, while the how is your faith in making your goal, your legacy happen. Your legacy is more than just the accumulation of money and leaving assets behind. Though we all know that it's important, the legacy is built on understanding the impact your daily choices make on your family's future. Quote me on that. I just want to know why I wanted to cuss. God help me. What is that about? It just seemed like it just was there. Like, just like, y'all help me. Y'all help me. You all help me so much. You're like, Jay, it did not. That's why I stopped. God is good. But that's powerful. That's the first. That is like basically the first page. Principle 10. Principle 1, I mean. Principle 10 is that health. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I thank God for the opportunity to make a difference. I know I'm making a difference. I know I'm the solution. It's up to you to allow me to do it. I really do. What I guarantee is to always look out for your best interests. And I guarantee that the only thing that makes me happy is making you do that. The best for you. You take care, y'all. I'll be talking to y'all soon. I'm gonna put up. Please click like. Please click like. Even if you're on social media, please click like. I'm gonna put up. I'm like shocked with my QR codes. I'm gonna put up here, especially for those of you watching in the recording. Please give me a Google 5-star. And then this is the QR code for membership. Make sure you take advantage of the no excuse membership, just so that you can come check me out, see if you feel that we can work together well. Let's do it. Thank you, Jenny Jones. Love you, Jenny Jones. Love you, Weeda Davis. Thank you. Amen. And that means everything to me. See y'all soon. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. I gotta play my music. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of AfroEconomics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. AfroEconomics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out AfroEconomics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly AfroEconomics podcast. There are many levels of AfroEconomics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out afroeconomics.com today. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group, Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. Hashtag AfroEconomics. Thank y'all. I appreciate you.